Thank you for tuning into another episode of The Farr Show, where I am Damian Farr, host of The Farr Show. I say that, I feel like it's known at this point, so let's continue on. Where tonight we're talking about two completely different genres of movies that I enjoy one of them a lot, and the other one I've never talked about on The Farr Show until today. So let's start off with the one that just came out last weekend, Mission Impossible Fallout. It's an action movie. If you have not seen this movie, I'd recommend seeing it. There's been a lot of these movies that are really, really good and then average movies. So, perfect example, Avengers Infinity War, really good. Deadpool 2, really good. And then there's average, where I'd say Incredibles is pretty average. Skyscraper, pretty average. Rampage, pretty average. I know I'm listing off Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies. Don't point that out to me in the comments, please. So really, this movie was amazing. I have not seen any of the Mission Impossible movies, but this is the first one I've seen, and it seems to have tied the series pretty well together. Like, there's loose ends that I read online after watching it that were tied up in this one. So that's intriguing, and I really want to see the whole series. So one day, hopefully I will review all of them for you. Hopefully soon, because I'd like to get the Blu-ray box set of all 6 of them together. And then we're going to go into another area, which is musicals. This is something I've never talked about on the Farr Show. I never really got into musicals. So let's talk about the ones that I know. And when I say musicals, I'm not saying animated musicals. I don't know if I've seen any of those, to be honest. So let's start off, Grease. Grease is a movie about high school kids, about 10, they're seniors in high school, and they're ending their high school career. They work on cars in the 50s. It's pretty much the gist of the movie. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta are in the movie, so that's cool. I think it's an okay movie. F.A., really? Then, this is the one that I know, and this is the one that I personally love the most, even though it does technically have a lower score than one of the ones coming up here. The Blues Brothers. Love this movie. This movie is one of my favorite movies ever made, even though it only got an FAR. There are some faults in it. I just love the movie, though. I love the fact that it started in an SNL skit, and then it became a movie. And they were actually a band, too, called the Blues Brothers. So John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, were actually, a band for a while, which is cool to think. I love that concept. And they were on a mission from God to save an orphanage. So nobody could stop them. And all the police cars they wreck in this movie. That's amazing. So then this is the one that we'll talk the least about. Pitch Perfect 2. Don't remember really anything of this movie, if I'm being honest. It's the second one. Haven't seen the first or the third. Anna Kendrick's in it. That's all I pretty much remember. Brittany Snow's in it. Haley Steinfeld, the lady who's going to be in the Bumblebee movie. So F.A. Then this one I bought on Blu-ray. Didn't watch, or watched it for 30 minutes, then didn't watch after, like turned it off type of a thing, because it was just so slow. But after seeing a trailer for First Man, which will be in the description below, the same director directed that, who wrote and directed this, La La Land. I see what all the fuss is about. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. I give it a perfect score, an FARR. The beginning is a little slow, like I said, but the rest of the movie is amazing. Like, I really fell in love with the characters. I was really saddened by the ending, even. So, great movie. Definitely recommend seeing it. And then Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. This one I just saw with my mother, which, being honest, wasn't a great movie, to the point where I wouldn't recommend seeing it again. But it was good enough that if you like the first one, you might like this one. My mother actually fell asleep, so I give it an FA. So what are your favorite musicals or action movies? Please tell me in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and have a far off night.